Hello, and welcome to Cindy's Corner. It is apple season, and I love the smell of cooked apples. And perhaps you're going to cook some apples and do some magic with some apples. But today we're going to read about Johnny Appleseed. And if you have this book, go get it so that you can follow along. And friends, this book is an AR book, and so you can test on it and say that you got it read too, and make an AR test and do a good job. All right, Johnny Appleseed. What's so funny about Johnny Appleseed? He has a pan on his head. Do you wear a pan on your head? I didn't think so. Johnny Appleseed, written by Jodie Shepherd. That means she's the author. And illustrated by Masumi Furuka. This is a story about Johnny Appleseed. With a name like that, you would think he was make-believe. But Johnny Appleseed was a real person who lived more than 200 years ago. It was a sunny fall day in Massachusetts when a boy named Johnny Chapman was born. The baby had cheeks as red and round as apples. Johnny's big sister, Elizabeth, was happy to have a little brother. The children played together with whatever they could find. And the sun shone and the rain fell. And little Johnny played, and all was well. Johnny's family got bigger. Johnny and his sister were joined by 10 younger stepbrothers and stepsisters. What a busy, noisy house. It's a lot of people, isn't it? Johnny would go outdoors when he needed quiet time. Sometimes he'd walk along the river. The squishy mud felt good under his feet. Other times, he would sit under a tree and read. Johnny would watch the animals in the wild, the foxes playing in the meadow, the deer dashing through the woods, and the birds soaring in the high in the wide blue sky. If he found an injured animal, Johnny would take care of it until the creature was well. Johnny liked being outside. When he got older, he went to work in an apple orchard, just like his great-great-great-grandfather long before him. And the sun shone, and the rain fell, and Johnny grew up, and all was well. Johnny learned everything about growing apples. He was happy planting seeds, taking care of the trees, watering them, wasn't he? And munching on the delicious fruit. Lots of people were moving out west back then. When Johnny was all grown up, he decided to go west too. He didn't bring much with him. For a hat, he used his pot. And a burlap sack did fine for a shirt. And shoes? Well, why wear shoes when you have two perfectly good feet? Johnny traveled the countryside. The sun kept him warm by day. The stars made a roof over his head at night. The rain washed him clean, and the animals kept him company. Sometimes Johnny would stop and plant apple seeds. As soon as the seedlings grew, he'd sell the small plants to families moving west. When they got to where they were going, the families planted Johnny's seedlings and grew trees of their own. Johnny was friends with everyone. Wherever he went, he'd bring seedlings, pitch in with chores, and share stories of his adventure. The seasons passed. Every fall, Johnny gathered seeds from ripe apples. Every spring, he planted the seeds and passed the seedlings to settlers. He planted so many apple seeds that before long, people started calling him Johnny Appleseed. And the sun shone, and the rain fell, and the trees filled the land, and all was well. Year after year, Johnny tended his orchards, visited friends and family, and slept under the stars. Because of him, people always had fresh fruit to eat. Because of him, the land grew more beautiful. Johnny Appleseed left behind thousands and thousands of apple trees all across America. Just think, the next apple you eat may be from an orchard that was first planted by Johnny Appleseed. And the sun shone, and the rain fell, and Johnny's story lives on, and all is well. Now, boys and girls, our story, Johnny Appleseed, is about a boy who loved what? Apples. Perhaps you like apples. And in the comments, I want you to draw me a Johnny Appleseed, just like Miss Coleman or Miss Cindy's Corner has done. Johnny Appleseed, he's got the pan on his head, and don't forget to autograph it. I want to see your Johnny Appleseed. I want to see your parts, your stages of an apple tree. You have the seed, and then you have it just sprouting out, and then you have a seedling, and then it has a little flower on it. What does that flower turn into? An apple. So you can draw me the stages of your apple orchard. I hope you share with me in your comments your Johnny Appleseed so I can give you a shout out on Cindy's Corner. Have a great day, and remember, give it a thumbs up and make sure you've subscribed. You don't want to miss the next story.